Hi everybody, this is Susan Storm here. Thanks so much for joining me today. We are going to be talking about 5 ways to connect with the ENFP personality type. I hope you'll bear with me because we're having kind of a stormy day here in Mississippi, and so if there's too much noise in the background, I hope you can bear with me on that. So how do you connect with an ENFP type? What kinds of things stimulate them and make them excited? Let's get started and we'll find out. Number 1, explore ideas with an ENFP. These are the types that love brainstorming, they love thinking outside the box, they love dealing with hypothetical questions. So if you want to connect with an ENFP, a great way to do that is to pose a hypothetical question. Ask them some kind of, thought-provoking what-if question. Another way, you can compare bucket lists. Think about things you'd really love to do someday or you're hoping to do, in the immediate future. You'll find that ENFPs are full of ideas, and you'll find that you are inspired after this conversation with them, and they are also able to enter a flow state through this process of coming up with possibilities and ideas. Number 2, be yourself. This is probably the most important piece of information when you're trying to connect with an ENFP. ENFPs are kind of like scarily accurate at reading people, and they can usually tell pretty quickly when someone's trying to put on a facade, trying to be manipulative, or trying to be something they're not, and this is a major turnoff for ENFPs. So if you're trying to connect with an ENFP, a great way to do that is to show them your quirky side. Be as honest as you possibly can. Don't be afraid if you're a little bit weird or unconventional. Usually ENFPs like that kind of thing, and they'll see that as a plus rather than a minus. So always, always, always be yourself and be authentic and sincere. Number 3, try something new. ENFPs love new and novel experiences and ideas. When they're stuck inside the same 4 walls day in and day out, they tend to feel uninspired because their intuition doesn't have really anything new to work with. Whereas when they go to a new place, try a new recreational activity, read a new book, talk to a new person, they're given all this new data that they can then extrapolate possibilities from and insights from. So try something new with an ENFP. Not only is it fun, but you'll learn more about yourself and you'll have these shared exclusive experiences with the ENFP, which is really part of a great relationship. Number 4, read a book together. I know that reading books is kind of relegated to introversion in the type community. A lot of people are like, oh, you're an introvert if you like to read and you like rainy days where you stay home. And this is absolutely not only the domain of the introvert. Lots of extroverts like books, especially ENFPs. They love to read and they love to talk about what they've learned from reading, what the insights they have, and what made them think about. So whether that means perusing a library or going to the bookstore, you should definitely try to read a book and then talk about it with the ENFP in your life if they're open to it. This can mean reading together, like having coffee and taking turns reading a chapter, or it can mean reading separately and then meeting up afterwards to share your thoughts and ideas on the book. But this is one thing that many, many ENFPs have told me they love doing with their friends. Number 5, get creative. ENFPs love testing their creative limits and pushing themselves creatively. And this can mean many different things. Maybe you don't think of yourself as the traditionally creative type. Maybe you don't write poetry in your spare time or stick your hands in paints and, come up with something abstract. But creativity can mean so many different things, and usually ENFPs are excited about anything that will be creative, even if you're not good at it, even if you're terrible at it, but you're just doing it for fun. So whether creativity for you means coming up with business ideas, or it means, coming up with a mixtape, or using crayons and listening to audiobooks, whatever creativity means to you, don't be afraid to try that with the ENFP in your life. It's usually very inspiring for them, and it's a great way to get to know them and share this experience together and talk while you're having that experience. I hope you've enjoyed these 5 ideas for connecting with an ENFP. As always, if you want to know more about the ENFP personality type or your own type, be sure to check out my website at www.psychologyjunkie.com. Please like and subscribe, and if you have any thoughts or questions, be sure to leave them in the comments. I'd love to get back to you on that. Thanks so much and have a wonderful day.